Hey guys, in today's video tutorial, I'm gonna talk about a basic, CRUD operation that I recently wrote about using Angularjs and ASP.NET MVC into the framework. So basically, first I'm gonna show you the application, what it does, and it's basically application very simple. It basically is allows you to insert record into backend database, and this application is a holiday and leave. Basically, it's a little company kind of application you can enter if you are out for a while, or maybe any company programs or whatever. So let me show you this application first, and I'll show you how to write application like that as well. Any basic CRUD operation with Angularjs. Of course, Angularjs right now is the most famous application. So, most famous JavaScript framework out there, and it's getting very popular in momentum. So, anyway, let me just show you the basic demo. This is just basically allow you to enter your basic 8 holiday and leave information. Let's say starting from 7th of February, and this is the start time, and you can choose AM, PM, and whether it's an all-day event or whatever, and you're going to choose the end time. Let's say 13 end time is that, and it's going to be AM or PM. Basic description: I will be out of office on this day. This okay, whatever, just gonna go ahead and edit this one. Now this is the view. Basically, the new record that you just put in is automatically inserted into this one. And of course, this is very basic CRUD operation. Now anybody can we can write very easily in different programming languages, but the reason I would like to show you this one is because I wrote it is you can do stuff like that very easily with Angularjs. That is the goal. Well, anyway, so the other feature is, of course, you can easily edit this feature here. So it is automatically, all those data is automatically populated. You see the selected start date, start time, all those things are here. Let's say I don't like that description. We need to modify that description. I don't like it. Whatever, just go ahead and edit this one. As you can see, these are already updated, and you can update any other field as you like. Let's say maybe the time is incorrect, should have been PM, and then maybe this event is going for a long time, and all those information. That, and the other thing you want to do, then maybe you can delete. You should be able to delete this record from here. You can click here, and this confirmation comes up and say, are you sure you want to delete it? Cancel. Nothing happens, right? And if you want to cancel, that record is deleted from the backend database. Well, it's deleted from the dump. The other reason I decided to kind of share the knowledge that I acquired is because I read a lot of blogs and YouTube videos and stuff like that. I didn't see that many examples people did using actual real life application where you actually do insert, update, delete, all this kind of operation from Angularjs. Most of them just do delete and update just in the DOM, in the the browser's memory. So I would like to show you how to write stuff like that. Okay, anyway, that's basic about the demo. Let's look at into code. The way I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with 8 holiday and leave. This is the first code we're gonna look at into. Let me close this one. Let me close a lot of files so that we will not have a bunch of clutter. Let me close all but this, even this one. Beginning with, just I have a project, ASP.NET MVC project. That's how I choose to I actually didn't really start it with Angularjs in mind, but like all of a sudden it came up and I started working this ASP.NET MVC application using Angularjs. Anyway, let me show you the basic structure of my application. So I just have, in terms of server side, only thing I have is just one controller, and these are like built-in controller of ASP.NET, but this is my controller. This controller basically provides the services for me, and they allow me to do basic CRUD operation like insert, delete, all of those things. And we will visit about this controller later. And then of course and in terms of data, in terms of model, only thing I have here is just a little holiday and leave. This is my object because I have here ID property and start date and end date. Just to make this demo very easier, even like I have set all of these data as a string. And once my model is done, and of course you're using Entity Framework model first design, what I did was basically I have my dial context here, and only thing important here, well, only thing little interesting here is because by default it built-in data, the Visual Studio automatically provides you the built-in database, but I don't like to. Well, I keep on working on that one, and once I'm ready to move it, then I would like to switch the connection string so that it goes into my actual database here, called holiday and leave. That's where I just have one table here, holiday and leave. Okay, so that's why I have to set I have to call the constructor from the parent from this DB context and give the hard-coded connection string. That is that, and of course I have a view here. I'll go through all of this view here, and the most important thing that you have to do is, if you look at inside the script folder, I have a reference using this feature. For example, the manage NuGet package manager. I basically downloaded Angular. All you gotta do is go in here, and just download the latest version of Angularjs. That's all I did. Once I do that, in the script folder, they download all these different kind of maybe dependency, Angularjs or whatever, and then only files that we really care about it's here. So right here, this is the file we just really work on. That's Angularjs source file. Okay, and then once that is done, I have view here folder called holiday and leave, and the very first thing I would like to show you, like I said, I have a 8 holiday and leave. So this one corresponds to this markup here, this view. So 8 holiday and leave. Let's look at what really happens in here. Of course, whenever I write JavaScript, I would like to have what I have decided to do here with the same page name. I have a JavaScript file here, and of course, in the very first thing, I have reference to Angularjs, and right away I have reference to my JavaScript library. That's where all the Angular code will be residing, but I'll explain to you all of those later. Okay, and then Angular, it's a really nice framework, and it has a lot of terminology that it's a good source to learn about, and these are called directive. This is very important. So basically, this ng app with a given name, it is basically saying, hey, in my I will have JavaScript, I have object, basically they call module. I will have a module with this name right here, and in that module I will have this controller. Well, I will show you later in the JavaScript. And once those two things are set, of course, this the cool thing about this one, basically what Angularjs is doing, basically teaching HTML. It's like if you're like if you have been writing code in web form for a long time, it's kind of like a server-side feature. You're basically providing attributes, but in HTML. It's a really cool feature. Okay, so once that is done, and I have a bunch of all I have is bunch of input, like type is a date, is HTML date type, and ng model. Just by doing that, it in the memory down there in memory, it create a variable called start date. and then I have a drop down list.